In our Sunrise Smart Start, a man is in custody after robbing a taxi at gunpoint and leading police on a high-speed chase. Rochester police say a 33-year-old taxi driver had his taxi stolen at gunpoint just before 1 a.m. Officers say the suspect, also a 33-year-old man, did fire a shot while during a struggle with the taxi driver. Now, no injuries were reported. During a police investigation, officers located the stolen taxi on Lake Avenue and began a pursuit. Due to high rates of speed, they disengaged. About 15 minutes later, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office spotted the stolen vehicle in Sweden and apprehended the suspect. The suspect is now in Rochester police custody. Police also investigating another house struck by gunfire in Rochester last night. Officers responded around 9:30 to Child Street, where they located a house that had been struck by that gunfire. Nobody inside was injured. An investigation is now ongoing. And Rochester police also investigating a shooting from yesterday morning. This happened around 10:30 a.m. in the 500 block of Chile Avenue when 911 calls came in for the report of a man shot. This is the second shooting in that area since Saturday. Lieutenant Greg Bellows says the whole area is a main focus of the Rochester Police Department.
It's now 2 shootings here in a matter of days, right, in less than a week, with serious, our victims are in very serious condition. Whatever help we can get from the community to help us solve these crimes and hold these offenders accountable, any information we get from the community, we would certainly welcome and we would take and we would love to have.
The man in his 20s struck by gunfire yesterday is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. And a 26-year-old man is facing weapon charges after a police chase led to his arrest. Marquis Hooks is accused of shooting into an occupied home on Stanfield Terrace earlier this week. Police say they also found 7 firearms during their investigation. Hooks is charged with criminal possession of a weapon, 3 counts of reckless endangerment, and criminal mischief. He is being held in the Monroe County Jail. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help this morning in locating a missing 15-year-old. Michaela Figueroa was last seen at Greece Odyssey, but she never returned home after school yesterday. She's described as 5'4", 110 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black shirt, leggings, and white shoes. Officials do not believe Michaela is in any danger, but they're asking anyone with information to call 911. An Afghan family ripped apart by conflict and regime change is finally reunited in Rochester. The Habibi family helped support U.S. forces in Afghanistan as interpreters. Part of the family, including Waleed Habibi, has been in the U.S. for about a year. The other part, including his wife, were held up half a world away. The local organization Keeping Our Promise helping reunite them last night.
Part of my family was not here, so right now I feel complete, very happy. I cannot express my real feeling.
It's been an incredibly heartbreaking and long journey for them.
Keeping Our Promise says tens of thousands more stories like the Habibis are still to be told. A local business is featured in one of the top food and drink magazines in the country. Erica DeCoste is there now and joins us live with much more. Erica, good morning.
Good morning. We're at Happy Earth Tea in the South Wedge. Joined with me is owner Niraj Lama, and we've been talking all morning about just your journey to get to where you are today. You started as a pop-up in the public market. So I guess, one thing you said to me that was really interesting is the pandemic actually helped you succeed as a business owner.
Yeah, so we initially did close for 3 months during the pandemic, but we got this wave, which was totally unexpected, of business after that, and it was mainly because people were stuck home, and they were drinking lots of good tea, and that really helped us. People were shopping online for pickups, which we were offered, but also there was a boost in sales outside the state too for us. There was just a whole national consumption of tea that just went up, which helped us tremendously, enough to actually expand in the middle of pandemic to this location.
Right, and you did mention there are some, supply chain issues. You're paying more for, shipping and things like that. But it's just such a good success story to hear how, there is good that comes from this. Really. How does it feel to be featured in this prominent magazine?
Well, we feel great. We feel great again. We feel like we're on the right path, doing the right thing. It means a lot to us, a huge encouragement, and we are looking more for greater things.
Perfect. Well, so much good stuff here today. We'll have more later on our website, rochesterfirst.com. And also they are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Eriquetta, thank you for giving us a look at all those delicious teas. And if you want to shop all the teas online, you can go to happyearthtea.com. James, good morning for some tea. I usually have mine. I don't today, but you know I love it.
Yeah, I think we're just running on a little bit of adrenaline today.
We are. We're just going.
We are cruising along. I think it's a great morning to get a nice walk in or a run as temperatures in the 60s right now. And we'll be in the 60s for the next couple of hours. It all comes crashing down, though. I'd say at about 10 a.m., a cold front slides through and sends those temperatures tumbling. It depends on location. If you're a little bit further to our west, Leroy maybe, for example, you'll be one of the first to drop those temperatures. If you are closer to the east, out in Savannah, you'll have cooler air coming in later in this morning. We'll have the bus stop forecast and the last look at your holiday weekend coming up.
All right, James, thank you very much. Looking at the roads now in our sunrise traffic one final time. No accidents to report there. There's a look at 490 in Rochester, but things running smoothly on 490, 390, 590. We'll keep you updated in our cut-ins this morning, but so far, so good. The U.S. is sending more resources and heavier weapons to Ukraine. This includes artillery, armored personnel carriers, and helicopters. Washington correspondent Basil John reports.
Good morning. The White House said it will send $800 million in additional weapons to Kyiv to fend off Russian forces in the eastern part of Ukraine. The Biden administration is ramping up its assistance to Ukraine with more weapons and intelligence.
We hope that it'll make a significant difference as the Ukrainians now are facing a much more concentrated effort by the Russians.
Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby confirmed some of these weapons have not been provided before.
But I want to make it clear that everything that we provided to them in the past has been part of an ongoing conversation with the Ukrainians about what their needs are.
The new aid package came after President Joe Biden spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and called the war a genocide.
I called it genocide because it's become clearer and clearer that Putin is just trying to wipe out the idea of even being able to be a Ukrainian.
Some have been critical of the administration's approach and want the U.S. to send stronger weapons, but Kirby emphasized that it's not that easy.
There's not a day that we're not making these decisions where we're also not thinking about escalation management with the Russians. You have to. The potential specter of nuclear war between the United States and Russia is not something to be taken lightly.
Kirby also noted that any actions the U.S. takes could also affect our allies and partners in this effort, which is why they must tread carefully. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Basil, thank you. And since the start of the war, the U.S. has committed $2.5 billion worth of weapons and other military equipment to Ukraine. News from around the state now. An update to the subway shooting in Brooklyn. Police have announced an arrest of the suspect, 62-year-old Frank James. Police say James tipped himself off, calling to say he knew he was wanted, and police could find him at a Manhattan McDonald's. NYPD found him near that location. Now, the suspect allegedly set off a smoke bomb inside the subway car, then started firing into the crowd. Nobody died, but at least 29 people were treated for various injuries during the attack. James is expected to face federal terrorism charges. The state announcing legislation that would allow licensed cannabis operators to make normal business deductions when filing their taxes in New York. This would be included in the final state budget. Currently, the U.S. Internal Revenue Code prohibits licensed cannabis businesses from making these types of deductions. It is estimated that this tax credit would save businesses over $25 million annually by 2024 and help foster long-term growth for the industry. Meanwhile, a massive solar farm is one giant step closer to coming to Genesee County. The State Board on Electric Generation Siting and the Environment approved the development of a $345 million solar farm in the town of Byron. The 280 megawatt project will have an area expanding over 3,400 acres. It is expected to help advance the state's aggressive clean energy and climate goals, such as having 70% of electricity come from renewable energy sources by 2030. And now for the latest on COVID-19, you may have heard of this. The CDC extending a travel mask mandate until May 3rd. A nationwide mask mandate on airplanes and public transit was set to expire on Monday. The CDC says this is to allow more time to study the BA.2 Omicron subvariant, I should say, James. Speaking of traveling, we'll probably have a decent number of people traveling this weekend for Easter.
Yes, I think so. And unless you're going maybe upper Midwest, there's a storm system up there that could give you a couple of delays, I think, but no major storm systems, I would say. In the Northeast, we could deal with some issues as we get into Saturday, but the bus stop forecast today looks pretty good. We're starting off in the 60s, a mild start, cooler to finish the day. That's right. We've got temperatures dropping through this afternoon, and then sun emerges with a little bit of a breeze. Here we go, 8-day forecast. Your holiday weekend, it's breezy Friday, rain showers, maybe a little wintry mix Saturday, even with temperatures getting well into the 40s. And then it is cold on Easter Sunday. Frozen eggs for your Easter egg hunt on Sunday morning.
Easter egg hunts inside, James. We got spoiled earlier this week with some nice weather, so now it seems to be going away for a little bit.
We're working on the timing. One day we'll get the weekend on the warm side.
All right, thank you, James, and thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next.